Hello and good morning to another Mountain View soft wash video coming from Colorado, and today we are in northern Windsor at a two-story house, as you can see, and we are dealing with Hardie Board again today. This is a common theme out here, and fortunately I figured out the best way to clean this, and unfortunately it's a very physical way to clean it. And to get this stuff absolutely pristine and perfectly clean, we literally have to scrub this Hardie Board down to get the baked on dirt off. So let me show you what we're dealing with today. As you can see in the video here, there's a nice layer of caked on dirt underneath each one of these lap boards, these Hardie boards. And then we have a layer of dirt actually on here. You know, my theory is that this gets kicked up through the wind, and just like I guess like a gold capturing trough, I guess so to speak, with ripples in it. If you guys ever seen Gold Rush, you'll know what I'm talking about. It kind of gets swirled up in here, and the dirt just kind of builds up under these edges. And that's why you see this kind of striping that we get on this Hardie Board. But the big issue is there's just a layer of dirt on here. Now, if I scrub that with my finger, I can get that pretty much all the way off. So it's not that it's attached on there deeply, but it's kind of like powder coating. This has like an electric charge to it, and the dirt just kind of gets stuck to it. And regardless of how much chemical I put on here, there's still a layer that's on this Hardie Board. Now I can clean this with our normal soft wash process, and we'll see a little bit of it come off. So like the deeper layer here will come off, but there's still going to be a layer that's on there that will always look dirty. Even though we wash it, it'll still look dirty. So how do we go about doing this? Well, if you've seen some of the other videos, we literally have to put a brush on every single board. So you can imagine that all this is going to get scrubbed. Yes, I will be out here about 6 to 8 hours. I do have some help coming today that will kind of help me move lines around and provide additional assistance where I need it. But for the most part, in order to get this off, we got to scrub it. So you can see it's looking pretty dull and dingy. The homes in this area are probably less than 2 years old, but every single one of these houses just have a layer of dirt from all the construction. And the only way to get them clean is to do what we're doing. So without further ado, I'm gonna get everything set up here. I do have all my lines already flaked out in preparation for the wash. And I'm excited to get this done. It's gonna be a lot of work, but that's what we're in business for, is to help people get their houses absolutely clean. And then the one thing we'll do is we'll put our Restore product on that. You guys heard me talk about this before, but that's our leave-on conditioner. That's going to give it a nice, not only a nice sheen, it's going to give it some UV protection. It'll give it a barrier so the dirt doesn't build up as intensely, and it can be easily washed away the second time around, in theory. So we haven't been doing this long enough to really figure out if that's the case, but my understanding of our Restore product is that's exactly what it's designed to do. So we're gonna go on this again. Lines are flaked out, got the truck fired up, got the water line plugged in. I'm gonna start up from the top down here. I'm gonna work this, I'm gonna clean this full front area, and then I'm gonna come down here, work my way to the back, and repeat on the back side of the house. So I probably will not film during the process as much as I'd like to. Again, I'm alone today until my help shows up, and maybe I'll have him capture some footage of how we actually go about laying our application of surfactants and doing the brush down on it. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to go ahead and wash this single car garage. We've already done the double, but I want to point out a few things. The biggest thing we really tackle on this is not only getting the garage completely dirt-free and cleaned, but taking care of this yellow trim. And what typically happens is that dirt builds up around the trim line here, and it'll take the white seals that are on this outside of the garage door, and it'll make them look really yellow or super orange. In this case, we got a little bit of yellow, and at the very top here we got a little bit of orange. So I'm gonna walk you through my process. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna apply our soft wash solution. I'm gonna let that dwell for probably a good 35 seconds to a minute. Now that's dwelled, we're gonna go in with our siding brush here, and I'm gonna start at the bottom and I'm gonna work my way up. And the reason I do that is I just want to start getting the dirt from the bottom, and then I'll eventually wash it all down. What I like to do is do a panel section at a time. So we have, what, 1, 2, 4 sections here. So instead of trying to do the whole garage door, I'm just going to tackle one section. I'm just making sure that I get the frames nice and scrubbed down. And now, once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and tackle the outside seals. And the brush I like to use is this little guy right here. Okay, once that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and just rinse it down, inspect it. If there's an area that I need to have some additional scrubbing, I'll do that. Okay, that completes our garage door cleaning. I'll bring you a little bit closer so you can take a look. Okay, it's all complete. All nice and white again. All the yellow staining, some of the darker areas that were orange, that had a lot more caked up dirt on top, are completely clean. Alrighty, we're all wrapped up with another full house wash on this large 2-story house here in Northern Windsor. Long day. This one took me a lot longer than I anticipated. About 2 hours longer, just because we had a lot of different areas we had to try to get to. Some areas we just simply could not get there. So, but at the end of the day, we got this thing washed, got some restore on it, and it came out pretty good. So we're just doing a little bit of a walk around here. The side that looked the worst was this east side. You can see we got that all fully cleaned. So everything's scrubbed, lots of dirt removed, restored, knocked out the windows. So all good. If you have any questions about our process, would like to know more about our services, please reach out. 970-400-1342, and feel free to leave some comments below. Tell me what you think about the final results here. Came out pretty good. Let's take a look at the front real quick. Got the garage all cleaned, all the trim, nice and refreshed. All right, have a good one. Thanks for watching, guys. Ciao.